Hi guys, so this video is about should expat get involved in charity, and then also of course this Bad Brown random act of kindness Tsinelas. It's like two in one, so I just want to cover. I've seen Bad Brown latest that he was trying to justify his decision of giving away chinelas, which is the flip-flop sandals, to the working people, and then some are criticizing like why give it to working people? They can afford it. Why not just give it to the real poor, the one that who could not afford to buy their chinelas? So I mean I've seen that he kind of have a hard time to explain. He tried to justify it, and of course, no matter what you do, you're gonna have people still, even how much you try to explain, if they just don't agree with what you're doing, they're not going to agree, so that's my experience. I try to be very open to my viewers, but then I realized that sometimes you just cannot argue anymore. But having said that, like again, I'm not if you have if I always accept, I actually love it when people give me what do you call that? Cannot remember the word now. Constructive criticism. Constructive. I always welcome a constructive criticism. I have people would disagree with me, and they will, give, the reason, and I love that, because then it's good. We are exchanging opinion. What I don't like is people will just come in and then just, if they disagree, they just trash you, or they will say, oh, I have to now. People should. People that are watching your video should take a grain of salt on what you're saying, or something like with malice. To me, that's a malice. You try to put something in there. I don't think that is a constructive criticism. You can openly say I don't agree with your video, or what you're saying, and then this is the reason. Much better than those things. Or insult. I don't. We try to avoid that. There's already too much going on in the world. We don't need to insult each other. Try not to insult each other. So anyway, I want to give this. So should expat? I don't know. Should we go with should expat give involved in charity, or let's go with Bad Brown? Let's go with Bad Brown. So he's giving away. When I first seen that, this is like long time ago, maybe a couple of months ago, or maybe 6 months ago, and then I heard that he was trying to justify why he's giving out to the worker. And I said the same thing. I was on my I didn't say it. I did not make a comment, but I just keep it to myself. I said, yeah, why not? Why give it to the worker, like a restaurant worker, or the security guard, or let's say the jeepney driver, or something like that. I mean, they can afford it. Why not give it to the homeless people? That's my first impression. But then when I watch it again, and I finally say, hey, you know what? Me, I always like to look at a different angle as I try to explain to my viewer. And I said, maybe he's doing something right. You know what? I kind of agree with what Bad Brown is doing. He's giving it. Why not give it to the very poor, right? And then people will say, why you buy chinelas? Poor Filipino, they need food. That you should be doing instead of chinelas. But let's just hold on 1 second. He's doing that. He's giving out to the real, to the very poor. We have seen the video, but at the same time, he's also giving out to the worker. So I think that's a good idea. Also, you cannot. It doesn't mean that they're working. They're not poor. I mean, we're talking in the Philippines. even you have a job, you could be going home to a shack, with a leaky roof. It's just the way, that's Philippines. So people have to understand. And I kind of agree what he was doing, because this is almost like it's different when you give, let's say you give this worker like a server or something at the restaurant, you give them random act of kindness, and then hopefully that will translate to make him or her happy, and then that will translate to a better service to other people. Sometimes that you don't expect anything, and then people show you random act of kindness. It's kind of cheer you up, with the word so many things going around now, and then somebody give you act of kindness. It does help, help cheer you up, bring up, brighten your day, and then you don't know. Sometimes that will like a boomerang. It will just continue, spread the love. So I kind of like that idea, and at the same time, maybe this will also plant a seed and let this person, know that somebody did give her or him this Tsinelas, and remember he's going to be wearing that, and he will remember that is from Bat Brown. But if you give somebody you see a homeless, and then kids, and then of course you give them, say, do you want something? I buy you a luga or something, or a banana queue or something. He does remember, but he most of the time he probably in a couple of days he probably don't remember that anymore. So because that's what the kids are doing. They are begging for food. That's all that's it's like everyday life. And then if somebody gave it to them, it's like they're probably not gonna remember you, or remember that somebody gave them let's say an ice cream, or a snack, right? But the worker would always remember you. This is the man who gave me a Tsinelas, a sandals. So I thought I kind of agree with that. What he's doing, and I don't think that he should try to keep just try to explaining himself. If that is, and I see that he was kind of happy, doing what he's doing, and so God bless him. I mean, to me, God bless him. If that make him happy, so be it. You don't have to keep explaining, because this is not the only video that he tried to explain. I've seen he has done it before. I always, this is my feeling, when I do something, and then as long I feel like I have a clean hand, especially when you're doing something like this, like a charity. I mean, I never ask anybody anyway on YouTube. But what I'm saying, if I do it, if that was me, as long my hand is clean, I don't have to explain. I don't have, that's just me. Like if I tell you something, this is it. I don't need. And then people say, I want the proof. You say something about this, I want you to show me the proof. To me, kick rock. I was telling you, kick rock. I just tell you, you have to, just either you want to believe it or not. It's up to you, But of course, having said that, it's different though when you receive monetary. When you receive monetary, I understand that's a totally different. So as long you are, as long you're okay with that donor, and you have to show some kind of a proof to your donor, then that's it. You don't have to. If you don't want to show it to the viewer, that's fine. For me, that's fine. And it seems like Bad Brown. Seems like the donor have no problem with trust him completely. So I have no problem with with that Tsinelas. But now let's go to the thing that should expat get involved in the charity. To me, just on my opinion, I think if you're an expat, especially if you're just on a tourist or some kind of like similar to that visa, try not to get involved because you might get trouble. We have seen if you want to, let's say if you want to do it like once in a while thing, because I seen video that people fall on hard time, and then then you try to help that person, or you try to plead to your viewer, say, you know what, I seen a house, it got damaged by the typhoon or something like that. They are so they are so kind of desperate. They don't have any money, or I see in my neighborhood there's a fire, and it just now the people out there are homeless, and if you can find it in your heart, or you want to donate, I'd be happy to to give it to them. So something like that, like I always said, I don't consider that as an e-beggar. Just that is my opinion. I mean, I know other people have a different opinion. That's okay. I understand that you can voice out, or you can say whatever you want to say. I have no problem with that, because if you look the word e-beggar, even once in a while, it's still considered an e-beggar. I understand that part, but just what I'm saying on my opinion, because like I said, I've seen a lot of things going on, so I kind of more, should I say, more understanding. I've been through experience myself. I've been through hard time, so I can understand. People does fall on hard time. Once in a while. It's not like a lifestyle. The other one. There's like a couple of blogger here. It's like their lifestyle. It's like you're supporting their for the whole. It's like a non-stop. It's a lifetime commitment. That's a totally different story. But if somebody just, let's say, got sick, and then they need some medication, hospital bill, or somebody just died in the family, those emergency, or I know that some people said, why don't they be much more prepared? They should be, they should, especially if you're an expat, if you're coming here to the Philippines, you need to be more prepared. You have to have emergency fund. But I still, believe me, that there's still a lot of people are not. They think they are superhuman. They think they are nothing bad will come to them, or their life, and they were not as prepared as they as probably we like them to. So yeah, so for and then when a disaster hit, like let's say that there's a disaster hit in the Philippines, with the typhoon, with the mudslide, and then some of the blogger went into action, tried to help the people, and some of them are saying that they want to they will be transparent, and I don't know if they're being. I don't know if all of them are being transparent, but we have seen some few, maybe can I say few? I'm not sure. At least that's what I know. That they say they're going to be transparent, but they did not. How can you say it? The majority of the fund that's for the roofing, the receipt just went lost. You lost it. Just just kind of suspicious, and then like after you did the GoFundMe, and then you start to a couple of days later you bought a new car. So but for me, if you're an expert, I think you should just kind of stay away from getting involved with the charity, and then I still question it. I see it. A lot of almost all the foreigner blogger, they one in one of like, how do you say this, they just cannot stay away and they would, at some time, at some point, they will be doing some kind of a charity. I don't know why. I don't know why. And then they know that it's not legal. If if you want to do charity, you got to have a license in the Philippines. But like again, like I said, I don't know. Maybe they just get bored or something. In the case of Bad Brown, I think for me, he was doing it in his community. I think he just wants to be remembered as the kind gentleman, the kind Mr. Brown, or maybe he just wanna share act of kindness. He was probably thinking that. Hey, you know what? Because if I can help these people, I'll be happy to do that. But then there's one side saying, why don't you use your money? Right? Why do you have to ask for donors, right? But if I don't know, his financial situation. I don't know. But as a blogger, maybe I figure out that hey, you know what? If people wants to, it's not like he. I don't think I could be wrong because I don't really watch all the upload of Pat Brown. I don't watch. I mean, I'm not a regular, a viewer, so I may have missed many of the video. But I don't think he was constantly asking people for donation, and at the same time, I don't really, I didn't see that he was kind of putting people on the spot. I think he did it with much more class, not like other channel put you on camera and you have to hold on to the item. If it's cash, you have to hold on to the cash and to show the viewer. Uh, it's almost like I try to embarrass you. So I think he did it with class. So and then also his personality. I think it's just in his personality that he just like to do these good things. So that's just my humble opinion. You can give your opinion. If you disagree. And then what else? So yeah, so I think my suggestion, if you are a foreigner, I think you should just avoid, doing. If you get bored, yeah, you can volunteer. Yeah, you can just volunteer at your church. Do something or uh, get a hobby or something. Do some gardening if you don't have a garden. Maybe you wanna take some photography or something like that. Keep yourself busy, because you just cannot. I don't know. It's just too much risk to be doing a charity that knowing not everybody will be happy with you. Somebody will try to report you. But I think in Bad Brown case, I was reading at the comment and everybody was just satisfied anyway. They were just kind of congratulate him for doing this, act of kindness. Anyway, so let me know your thought on this video, and thank you again for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye bye.